Back in 2023, I won a 100% master's scholarship at 6 top universities across Europe, despite having a B grade average. How is that even possible? How can someone with B grades end up with such an amazing opportunity? But here's the twist. Before all of that, I was rejected, I failed. In this video, I will share how I overcame that failure and learned 3 key lessons that changed my life forever. Here is my real and honest advice based on experience. Let us talk about strategy. Here's the truth. Perfection is a trap. Strategy is what moves you forward. I'm going to start with a quote that I absolutely love. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. This perfectly sums up why strategy beats perfection. I want you to think about it. How many times have you held back from doing something because you felt like it was not going to be perfect? Maybe you were waiting for the perfect moment or for the perfect results before taking any action. I know, I've been there. But here's the thing. Perfection often keeps you stuck. You get caught in this cycle trying to make everything feel right. Meanwhile, those who focus on strategy, taking small steps forward, are the ones who end up achieving big things. You see, when I started applying for scholarships, I knew that my grades were not perfect. But instead of obsessing over that, I focused on my strategy. I had a vision where I wanted to be, and I worked every day to take steps toward that vision. I did not just wait for everything to be perfect. I just got started with the smallest steps. So how many of you are waiting for everything to be perfect before you start anything at all? Whether it's applying for a job, starting a business, or applying for scholarships, or even just making small changes in your life. I mean, do you find yourself thinking, once I've figured everything out, I will go for it? See, perfection is a trap. Strategy is what moves us forward. So start today, focus on your strategy and take consistent action. You can always refine things along the way as you go. But you cannot do that if you're stuck waiting for everything to fall in place. Let me give you an example. One of the scholarships I applied for was very tough and competitive. I knew a lot of people who applied had really good and perfect grades. And here I was with a B grade average. But I did not just submit my grades. I submitted personalized cover letters, showcasing my passion and vision. I did not focus on being perfect. I focused on showing them my strategy, like my long-term goals and what I could bring to the table. That's what got me noticed in the first place. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about having a clear strategy, staying consistent and improving as you go along the way. Next up, resilience. Every rejection taught me something. It gave me a chance to reflect, learn, and improve. I did not let any rejection define me. Instead, I used it to fuel my next step. You see, rejection is tough. I've been there. It feels personal and it can be incredibly discouraging. But here's what I learned. Rejection is not the end. It is just a step in the process. So tell me something. Have you ever been rejected for something that felt really important to you? How did it feel? Did you feel like giving up? I have been rejected multiple times, especially when I just started applying for scholarships out of the blue. The first rejection felt like a punch to my gut. I thought to myself, oh, I'm not good enough. This isn't for me. But I quickly realized that rejection is not the end. It is just part of the journey. As Zig Ziglar said, it's not how far you fall, but how high you bounce that counts. And that's the key to resilience. It's about how you bounce back after rejection. You see, every time I faced a no, I used it to push myself harder and used it to improve in my next opportunity. Again, think of the time when you have been rejected. How did you bounce back? Or if you haven't faced rejection yet, think about how you would bounce back if you were rejected. And here is what you need to remember. Rejection doesn't mean failure. It is just part of the process. Keep learning, keep adapting, and keep pushing forward. Because resilience is what will ultimately lead you to success. So far, if you are enjoying this video, please hit the like and subscribe. That will help me out to create more content like this, and comment below if any of the things I mentioned is relatable to you. Now let us talk about positioning. This one is a game changer. You have the power to shape your future just by positioning yourself. You see, positioning is about putting yourself in the right situations being proactive, and showcasing your strengths to the right people. Let me explain, but before that, have you ever felt like there were a lot of opportunities that were just passing by? Like you were really working hard, but things were not just working out in your favor. I have been there too. But here's the thing, you can have the best strategy, have the most resilience, but if you are not positioning yourself for success, you won't get that far. And I say this because I didn't just rely on submitting my application online and hoping for the best to come out. Instead, I reached out to professors, to alumni, and I made sure that I was noticed. I positioned myself as someone who was actively involved and serious about making an impact. So, positioning yourself means being proactive. It means putting yourself out there, meeting the right people, and ensuring that when the opportunities arise, you are the first person they think of. You see, a lot of times in life, you have to create your own opportunities. So go out there and create your opportunities. So how are you thinking of positioning yourself right now at the moment? Are you always waiting for opportunities to find you, or are you actively creating them? So to recap, if you want to succeed, remember these 3 principles. You do not need to be perfect to achieve things in life. It's about how you strategically position yourself, how you bounce back after rejection, and how you proactively create your opportunities. So if you're feeling stuck, rejected, or unsure, don't give up. Use these principles, and I also know that you have a lot to do on your to-do list that never gets done. Let's fix that.